Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary.
Hey, Corey, have you been down since day one-ish?
Saxon, I've been down a lot longer than you have.
One of the great tag teams of all time.
Jimmy and Jay have been on a run recently that has redefined the tag team division in WWE.
You know, back early in their career, they were held down, but they managed to grow through the years to become one of the all-time greats.
Sons of WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi, Jimmy and Jay, one of the most exciting teams of this generation.
Here comes the commish.
Shane O'Mac.
I wonder whose life and career Shane's here to make miserable tonight.
Oh, don't start, Corey.
Commissioner Hothead is out of his mind. Completely unlikable. You know, guys, I talked to some of the members of the Mean Street Posse. They don't want anything to do with Shane O'Mac anymore because he's such an egomaniac.
Go ahead, Corey. Tell us all about The Miz.
The Miz is the man who single-handedly turned SmackDown from the B show to the show. A star of stage, screen, reality television. Is there anything The Miz hasn't done?
Did The Miz pay you to say all that, Corey?
Absolutely not, Byron Saxton. I happen to be a hopeful for consideration for a Mizzy this year.
Really?
That's right.
Mizzy? Oh, come on.
That would be awesome, Corey.
That would be ridiculous.
Where would you put it?
On my mantle with my most prized possessions.
Why are you encouraging him, Michael?
I would love to have a Mizzy.
You guys are weird.
On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 479 pounds, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso. The Usos. And their opponents, at a combined weight of 456 pounds, they are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Shane McMahon and The Miz.
Put down that remote. Stay a while. The prodigal son, Shane McMahon, steps into the ring where he will stop at nothing to win.
These guys are undoubtedly... This could be all she wrote. We know what's coming here.
Suplex.
Harsh impact.
He forces his way free.
Man, he just has so much resolve.
This can go a variety of different ways, Corey.
And almost none of them are good.
Boom!
You know what I respect most about Shane McMahon, guys? It's that he can very easily sit on the sidelines and reap the benefits of being Mr. McMahon's son. But instead, he chooses to prove his worth each and every time he steps into the ring.
Nailed it.
Oh, goodness!
Jam your leg in a bad way.
Byron mentioned how Shane proves his worth by stepping into the ring, which is something I don't think a lot of executives would do. He's got him covered. No trouble kicking out of that one.
What a kick out.
Full impact. What a stomp.
Good grief.
The Miz is skilled on the microphone as he is in the ring. And his most remarkable interview happened on Talking Smack in 2016 when he laid into SmackDown General Manager Daniel Bryan.
It was one of the most talked about interviews in recent history. After Daniel Bryan criticized The Miz's wrestling style, The Miz hit back discussing Daniel Bryan's inability to compete at the time. It got ugly and fast.
Ooh! So you brought up The Miz on Talking Smack. Look, I like Daniel Bryan, but at the time, he crossed the line as an authority figure by interjecting his opinion as a reasoning for holding down one of his top champions. Bad form.
Bad form or not, that outburst reignited The Miz and Daniel Bryan rivalry. Miz stole Daniel Bryan's yes kicks, and Daniel Bryan pulled strings to bring Miz to SmackDown Live. Once Bryan was actually cleared again to wrestle.
Oh, clothesline!
Oh, nasty impact.
Oh, a flying forearm!
On the mark.
There have been plenty of WWE stars who had their first exposure on our reality competition, Tough Enough, but the biggest star to emerge from the franchise has to be The Miz.
And what's crazy about that season is that The Miz was runner-up, but WWE officials saw...
There it is, the tag has been made.
Oh, he needed that in the worst way, Michael. Bulldog! Delivered with force.
High impact crossbody. Boom! I brought up Miz's Tough Enough beginnings before, but I must commend him as a judge on Tough Enough in 2015. In his first episode as a judge, he saved Mandy Rose from elimination. Who would eliminate Mandy Rose?
Even though he was called a judge on that show, The Miz had a lot of wisdom to impart to that season's talent. Few folks know what it's like to grow from reality star to WWE champion, but The Miz does.
In May of 2017, SmackDown Live saw an incredible women's tag team match when Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch squared off against welcoming committee members Natalya and Carmella. The rivalry between these women got so intense that Naomi was in Flair and Lynch's corner, and Tamina was in Natalya and Carmella's corner.
Nailed it. Boom, impact. Oh, that hurt in the chest. Wow.
That won't separate your shoulder, that'll divorce it.
I think only a group as treacherous as the welcoming committee could bring Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair back together. Natalya's power set the tone for the match and gave her team an advantage. That was until Carmella's overconfidence let the Irish lass kicker turn the tide and get back into the match. And then it was elementary from there for the Irish-born superstar.
Naomi did an excellent job of making sure any quote-unquote committee nonsense cost her girls the match. Once Becky Lynch got Carmella locked in the disarmor, there was nothing for the Staten Island Princess to do but to tap out. And it didn't take long for that to happen. And
Oh, and he makes the tag.
That was a game changer right there, Michael.
Yeah, he's got some magic working, that's for sure.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
What a strike. Right on the mark.
DDT! Scoop slam!
Ooh-wee.
Ooh, super kick!
But he's got to capitalize now.
Corey, you touched on this before. Part of a tag team's ability to be successful is their ability to endure punishment and make their way to their partner.
And crossing finale. He's back in control here. Jimmy Uso is in a real bad spot.
Got the shoulders down. Kicks out on the pinfall attempt.
He showed up here tonight for a fight, and that's exactly what we are seeing. Yeah, he's running hot right now, but we'll see if he can sustain it for long.
If I had to pick the most shocking championship win of this decade, I'd have to go with The Miz cashing in the Money in the Bank on Randy Orton to become WWE Champion. dismantling your opponent.
Yeah, he's got something special brewing here.
Oh, man. There may be no escaping this fireman's carry.
I don't know. Never say never, Cole.
Corey, touching back on Miz's title win you brought up, even I was surprised, and I was a bit of a Miz fan back then. He was a former reality TV star who unseated a third-generation multi-time champion in Randy Orton.
Michael, saying you were a bit of a Miz fan is like saying you kinda like Elias's music. I hate to say it, but The Miz did wisely cash in his Money in the Bank contract and made history that night.
Really working over the body.
Ooh, what impact.
You gotta believe this one's over.
Over the years, guys, I'd say we've come to expect Shane McMahon to do some crazy things in the ring, but I don't think anybody expected to see him leap off the top of the cell at WrestleMania 32.
Slammed with authority.
McMahon going for the high-risk maneuver. Look at this. Shane O'Mac.
Oh, my God! This one's over, guys. Jimmy Uso's just getting overwhelmed.
They did it. Wow, what a match. These guys were awesome. Let's take another look.